Okay, I just wanted to talk about the power of gratitude for manifestation because you asked me why am I always so grateful? What is it? What is it about gratitude? Well, for me, gratitude has always been my grace because I don't pretend to have all the answers. I don't really get into a lot of the politics about things, but I always give grace for the things that support me, whatever that the energy may be that supports me. So gratitude is the most powerful manifesting tool you can use when you want to reach your big dreams and goals. So throughout my life, I've always given gratitude for my family members who have stepped up to the plate, took responsibility for me, and took care of me like I was their own. So I've always given grace, gratitude, prayers, love, unconditional love for those family members for stepping up to take responsibility for a child that was not their responsibility. So they have always been there for me and loved me unconditionally and treated me just like they cared for their own children. So every summer I was there until I started doing the summer job and employment in schools, and even then I just lessened my time there and probably would only stay a week or so versus the entire summer. So I got mad love for my family, and I've started the manifestation grace thing way before it became like popular because I knew there was something greater that helped me, that was holding me, if that makes sense. So I've always just given grace because a lot of people will tell you a certain way to think, to be, and the reality is you see it just really depends. It depends on who you're working with. It depends on who's making the decision. So even though there's certain areas and states, cities, and counties, each one is run differently. And sometimes you get some people who give you grace, and other times you get some people that they are just hell-bent driven on trying to make some shit miserable for somebody. And I don't understand that because when the tide turns, you don't know what end you're going to be on. And you want to try to support people so they can get what they need and move on and be productive in life. I don't understand the destruction, but you see people operate that way. And if it's out of jealousy, if it's out of not wanting to see somebody have something because of the color of the skin or because of the side of the tracks that they came from, whatever, to me, that's just craziness. That is pure ass craziness because you want people to succeed. You want to see people successful. You want to see people housed. You want to see them completing their goals. You want to see people being successful. You want to see people living out their dreams in life. And it's possible. It doesn't have to be that damn difficult. But there are some people that tend to lean more on one side than the other. But regardless of what is going on, you still in your heart want to have the good intentions. You want to try to give grace, but don't be nobody's fool. And you also want to continue to strive for your goals and whatever it is that you set in motion for yourself. And just believe that you will be protected. Believe the universe wants you to have it just as much as you want it. And you have to have a plan. You got to have an idea of what it is that you want. You can't just float through life. You got to have some ideas of what it is that what you want and aim for it. Now, there are some people that just luck out. Luck exists. And there are people that look out for them and pave a way for them to be able to succeed and have a career. That happens too. And that's why I love grace. Because with grace, with that gratitude, there are people that can look out and see something in you sometimes that you didn't see in yourself. So it doesn't hurt to kind of learn, what are they talking about? What is this person saying they think will be good for me? Try it. Try it. It's like food. Give it a bite. Take just a bite. You know what I'm saying? And if it works for you, then great. You done found something new and it leads you on another pathway. But It's good to listen to those who do have your interests in mind, especially your best interests in mind. But you know the difference. I would think you would know the difference. Sometimes it is hard to tell because people are really good at telling you what you want to hear and making you feel good. They got the pimp game on very good, very well. They know what to say and how to say it and how to caress you and how to get you to move a certain way in life. It's unfortunate, but it's a reality. So a lot of times when people are asking me questions, I see why you want to send it to me in the email and not necessarily want to have your name and information out there asking these type of questions, because I get it. It seems like it's on the negative end, but it's a reality for some of us. And if you've ever been out there, you know that people can sniff out your innocence. It's like they can still kind of smell the milk on your lips, like they just know that you don't know what's up. And you got to be careful of those kind of people because they stay doing shit. They really do. And I understand you. I get where you're nervous and I don't want to say the fear, because I don't think you should ever have the fear. You got to walk in the knowing. You got to walk in the knowing. And if something don't look right, don't stick around. Don't be waiting around. Move on and do what you got to do in life. But don't let nobody try to fear you out of something. But a lot of this stuff just ain't worth it. Like, just people be tripping over craziness. And you're just trying to focus on whatever it is, whether you're trying to get your education, whether you're trying to just do your employment from A to B, or just have a family, that you don't want somebody just thinking that they can come in and destroy it just because they don't like you. It doesn't make sense. I get it. I understand you. And yes, grace, stay in that grace. Stay talking to the higher powers and let them know what's going on. Let the higher power know what's going on. If you truly in your heart believe that they are harassing you because of the color of your skin, then you tell that higher power that. You speak your truth and you stand in your truth. Don't let nobody put some little candy sugar coat and tell you, no, that's not what's going on. You know what's going on in your heart. And that's what you need to be speaking to the higher power. When you ask for that protection, believe you got that protection. When you know that they're trying to do harm to you, believe that there is something greater and more powerful that's going to take care of them. You don't need to be taking that into your own hands. You don't need to be trying to handle that yourself. Know your worth, know your value, and walk like you know what is up. You know what I'm saying? They think they're getting away with stuff, but there is a higher power. There is something out there. And although it may not be judgmental as far as what's right or wrong and bringing down the hammer, on people because they did bad things, we're not talking about that. We're talking about you, what divine energy created you and brought you onto this earth, and has something that it wants you to do. And that's what you're talking to. You're asking it to protect you so that you can succeed in whatever goal that it has set for you to achieve. That's what you're focusing on, not them. They're going to do monkey tricks and get the circus going and all kind of stuff going on. Don't let that take you from your goal. Don't let that take you from keeping your vision and staying on time of what you need to do. Just stay focused and believe. Have faith that there is something greater than the bullshit that you see. You got to have faith in it. You got to have faith, and you got to speak your truth. You ain't got to put it all out on a video on a YouTube, but you got to speak your truth to the higher power, to the universe, and let it know what you're talking about, and have faith and believe that it is going to see you through that nonsense. Believe it, because it did not bring you here to be somebody's bottom whatever, okay? It did not create you for that. It did not create you to be the lamb that they're going to sacrifice. It didn't create you for that. You're here for something greater, and you said it yourself. So you keep believing that, and you keep having faith in that, and you keep building your relationship with this higher power that exists, because it is true. It is really true. It is beautiful. It don't have to be so damn crazy. So just have faith, just have patience, and just believe that it loves you unconditionally, and that it's going to fight for you. Whatever that you need, whatever that you desire, whatever your concerns are, give it to that higher power and stay focused. Much love. Beginning January 2022, approximately 64 million Americans. So as I was saying, gratitude is the most powerful manifesting tool you can use when you want to reach your big dreams and your goals in life, regardless of the obstacles that you may encounter. But you got to have faith, and you got to believe, and you have to trust that there's a greater power that wants you to succeed. And that's what you're tapping into. That's what it's all about. Because for me, I didn't have all the answers. I knew some stuff didn't quite look right or feel right. But with grace and gratitude, I was able to succeed and fulfill a lot of my dreams. I was able to have my own business that I always wanted. I was able to travel ever since I was little. I had very good family that looked out for me. Even when times when I thought my mother should be doing more, they always stepped up to the plate, and they took responsibility for me and made sure that I had what I needed. So I know what you're talking about when you're asking me about the manifestation and the gratitude and all the different laws of attraction and so forth, of way to manifesting what it is that you want. Now, like I said before, I didn't feel that I needed to gamble and play the lottery before in life. I always felt very lucky. I always felt a lot of gratitude for what I had and the connections that I had and the family members that I had. So as time went on and a lot of them have passed on, I wanted my own. That was one thing when I went down south that I realized, is that I wanted to have my own. I wanted to just really do something for myself, that self-care for myself, because I was always the caretaker for others. And if you've ever lived with like elderly members and family members who are up there in age, it's a different type of environment. And they lived in a different type of era. So a lot of what was going on in the world, you could say that I was sheltered from it or what have you, but it just was not something that was part of my lifestyle. So I'm always shocked when I see people act a certain way and not want to help. I get what you're saying. And I think it is horrible. I think that there's a better way that we can handle things. I agree with you. But my shine or me being happy is just, that's just kind of like me. I'm just a silly person. I really do enjoy the little things in life. And I get sometimes when you're saying it seems like there's so much, it seems like there's a lot, and you don't seem to be able to really get a hold on things like you want to. So I mean, you wrote a lot and I got it. I got everything that you were saying. And I also understand that you are trying to get to your happiness and your peace in life. Now, with me being older, I've had a lot more experiences in certain areas that you probably have not come across yet, just because there's a huge age difference. And that's the only reason I asked about the age, is because usually by this time you've already experienced certain things, whether it's someone that you love, whether it's the loss of someone that you love, whatever that it is, you've had certain experiences, and then you've come to certain understandings in your life. But when you're younger, sometimes you haven't had those experiences, and you don't know people that have. So, I was always someone that could learn from other people's experiences, and then that way, that helped me to decide what it is that I want, what choices I wanted to make. But like I was saying, some people can float through life, and some people call that luck, but that is different than the flow. Remember how I was telling you that I like the flow? I like the flow because the flow feels like, for me, it feels like the universe went ahead of me, planned it out, prepared the table, got all the good stuff that I like and I love, and it was waiting there for me when I got there. And then it's like, wow, this is wonderful. This is the flow. I wasn't expecting it. And the universe's grace and unconditional love for me is how it felt, had prepared it for me. Now that's just how I feel in the flow. In the flow is like you are floating through life, like you don't really have to do a lot of effort. That's a little bit different. Now for me, I don't do drugs. I don't do any of the anything that's going to alter my natural state other than eating food and then having a reaction to something that I'm allergic to, or something doesn't sit well with me. But in general, I'm not buying any type of substance to relax or anything like that. If I'm going to relax, then I'm going to be meditating. I'm going to, if you could say the incense would be maybe something that could possibly alter the energy, but I'm not trying to consume something to bring peace to me. So I always want to be alert and aware, and to know in my mind the decision I'm making is a healthy, correct decision for me. What's best for me. Now that doesn't mean that the choice that I make is going to be something that you would want to make too. That's why I say you have to learn yourself, know what goals you want, know what you don't want to, and strive for that. But the flow is different than just floating through life and just going with whatever people say. Like somebody point that way, you run that way. Somebody point that way. Whatever, is the current popular thing type thing, and you just going with that. And just because somebody else said it, then that's what you're picking versus what you know that you like and you don't like, if that makes sense for you. So the flow is something where you're not even putting effort with it. You're doing your routine. You're doing what you know you're supposed to do for yourself. You got your budget. You're paying your bills on time. You're keeping up with whatever responsibilities you have for yourself and your self-care, and you're doing what's right for you. And then the flow state just comes in and prepares some things for you. When you got there, it went smooth. It was no drama. There was no chaos, chaotic type whatever going on. It just flowed smoothly, no nonsense. And that's what I love. Now to me, when I first get that, I think, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is the spot. But sometimes difficulties do arise, and you can change your mind. There's nothing wrong with changing your mind. But like I said, if you got a goal and you know you can stick something out, then do so. But it really depends on elements. It depends on what you're talking about and what's all going on before you make that decision to stay. But if it's something that's telling you get the hell up, but you need to get the hell up and do whatever, to keep yourself safe. Safety first, regardless of whatever. Safety comes first. But as far as the floating versus the flow, there's a conscious floating in flowing life where you're at peace and you're relaxing and you're working with the universe. You're building this relationship. And that's the beauty of it all, is when you start seeing the response that the universe is giving you. Now, to me, I still have difficulties when it comes to playing these numbers and stuff that it gives me, because I just don't have that wit like I had in my younger days to know where to use the numbers. Like in some of the lotteries, they say you only got 5 numbers, and then you have that I forgot what they see. Even now, I can't think of the number, the big ball at the end. So I tell the universe, after that, being hit by a vehicle and having that health issues, I'm going to need some extra help. So there's time when the universe will do that. And to me, it's like the flow. Like when I spilled all that oil that I had purchased for my vehicle on the ground, and then won in the little scratch the money back, to me, that's beautiful. I am so grateful. That's when I tell you that I have the gratitude every time. Those little things make a difference to me. Now it matters to me. To you, to someone else, they may be like, "That's not a big deal," whatever. To me, it is a big deal, and that's why I'm always so grateful for the grace, for the universe's grace, whatever that it is. Anybody that's trying to assist me and help me, I'm always grateful to receive such type of help. So that's why I said, you build that relationship, get to know what it is of the energies that's there for you, and work on that, and relax. I know it is stressful. I know there's some stuff that be going on and people act like it ain't or whatever. I get it, and I understand your frustration. So that's why I made this second part here, because I wanted you to understand. I got you. I understand what you're talking about. I smile all the time. That's just me. But if you don't feel like smiling, you ain't got to smile. But if you do smile, you probably feel a little bit better. If you take the time to find whatever hobbies that you like, stuff that you enjoy doing that makes you smile. Think about the things that make you smile. It changes the energy. So it's for your benefit. It's for your benefit to smile, not them. I understand when you said it, like you feel like you're trying to make them feel comfortable. It's not about them, it's about you and your happiness. That's what you're embracing, your peace and happiness. And you said your finances are straight, you doing real good. If your finances are straight, I know everybody can use some more money, but I know what you're saying. So I gave you two of the ones where just wanted you to understand that I got you. I understand what you were saying, and I want you to understand that I understand you. It's just I'm a happy person. That's just me. And even regardless, even all that crap that I went through down south, I'm still going to be pissed about that. But that's the part of let it go. You let it go, you give it to the universe, and you tell the truth of your matter, of your experience to that universe. And you let that universe handle that. And then you keep striving and moving towards those goals that you set for yourself. You keep moving forward. You don't get stuck in the pile of crap. You don't get stuck on that. You keep whatever plans that you set for yourself, A, B, C, or D, whatever it is that you set, that's what you start aiming for. And if somewhere down the road that they come to their damn senses and they decide to, investigate it, look into it, whatever it is, then such it be. But I'm not going to be holding my breath. You know what I'm saying? I'm not holding my breath to see the change from back then. I'm looking for the change moving forward for me in my life and what it is that I'm desiring in life. So I get what you're saying. I understand the frustrations. It does look bleak a lot of times, but what you're trying to do is change your world, you, inside of you, how you're perceiving this stuff, how you're interpreting this stuff, and it does make a difference to be positive, to give that smile, to wake up in the morning and give that grace, and experience the luxuries in life, the goodness, the kindness, the good people, to be in the community that's on that same level as you and think like you do and respect one another like that. I grew up in communities like that. That's why I was talking about places like Sugar Hill and stuff. They didn't use no N-word. That was not happening. And that's why a lot of them didn't like rap music. They were also older too, so they didn't really get what it was about. However, those that did, they still didn't like the N-word. So I just grew up in communities that didn't use that. So I understand you dislike for that and how it's disrespectful. I get you on that. It doesn't irk me that much. I could hear a song and hear it in it and keep it moving, and it's not going to stop my flow. It's not going to stop me from floating in happiness, if you will. So I hope it all makes sense for you. I'm going to put this all together, and I'm going to go ahead and still stick it on YouTube because it may help somebody else. But I do always enjoy our conversations, And I'm glad that things are working out for you. And I hope that there's something that clicks for you, that is just let that crap go. Just, you know, once you've done all that you can do, then you leave the rest to the universe. Okay? So, chat with you later. And I'm going to try to get on live. And when I do try to go on live, then there's nobody there. So I know y'all told me what time, and it was during the day. And you said night times are better. I got you. So we'll chat. Take care.